Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. The system for voting for presidents in the United States is different from many other countries. We saw with the recent presidential election in November 2020 that there were two kinds of votes. In the news, we could see the number of popular votes and electoral votes. The popular vote counts all of the people who voted for Donald Trump and all of the people who voted for Joe Biden. In 2020, Joe Biden won the popular vote. But it is possible to win the popular vote and lose the election because of the Electoral College. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she lost the election because Trump received more electoral votes. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. Some things to know about the Electoral College. The Electoral College is a group of people called electors. Each state government chooses its own electors after the November election. There are 538 electors in the Electoral College. 538 is equal to the number of United States senators plus the number of representatives plus 3. And a candidate needs 270 electoral votes to win an election. 270 is half of 538 plus 1. 270 makes a majority. We already saw that Joe Biden won the popular vote. And we can see Joe Biden will receive more than 270 electoral votes and will be the next president. Congress officially counts the electoral votes from the Electoral College on January 6th. President Trump does not like that he lost the election, but many courts have already said that this was a fair election. Some Republican senators and representatives in Congress don't like that their candidate didn't win, but this was a fair election. Those senators and representatives may delay the count of the electoral votes, but Joe Biden will be the next president, and Kamala Harris will be the next vice president. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. Why are there 538 electors in the Electoral College? 538 is equal to the number of senators plus representatives plus 3. Let's review some citizenship test questions. How many senators does each state have? 2. How many states are there in the United States? 50. 50 times 2 equals 100. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. 100 senators plus 435 representatives equals 535. Plus, Washington, D.C. gets 3 electors. So, 535 plus 3 equals 538 electors. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. The city of Washington, D.C. is not part of any state, so Washington, D.C. does not have any senators. Only for the presidential elections, Washington, D.C. gets 3 electors. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. How do the 538 electors vote? How does a candidate get electoral votes from the Electoral College? Let's look at a map. Each state counts the popular votes for Trump or Biden. New York State is blue on this map. This means that more people voted for Biden in New York State. This means that Biden will get all of New York State's electoral votes. Texas is red on this map. This means that more people voted for Trump in Texas. This means that Trump will get all of Texas's electoral votes. Why do some states have more electoral votes in the Electoral College? Remember, some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because of the state's population. New York State has 29 electors because New York State has 27 representatives and 2 senators. Texas has 38 electors because Texas has 36 representatives and 2 senators. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president.